Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, BCA, for having me, Maisie, and all the team. Yeah, I'm glad all of you can make it for today's session. Once again, welcome everybody. Right. Okay, today we'll be talking about a very exciting topic. As everybody like to retire happy and retire even 10 to 10 years earlier. So how to go about doing that? I'll be showing you exactly what are the strategies and what are the concerns that everybody, every Singaporean or even the folks are having concern but every day and how to overcome all these concerns and what are the strategy as well. Right. Okay, kindly take a minute to have a read of this page. All right. Okay. So the million-dollar question that everybody asking, how can we plan for retirement? Why is retirement planning an important area? And some was thinking, oh, I have CPF. Do I have enough CPF? And is CPF alone enough to take care of our golden years? And if not, have you done any retirement planning, any wealth planning to replace the income? And why is retirement planning or uh, wealth planning so important and so essential into this context? All right, okay, just, uh, just a little bit of intro of myself. My name is Raymond Wong. I share my 2 cents. It's my privilege to share my 2 cents on TV, Money Week program, Hello Singapore, Frontline, and recently also share an interesting article at Straits Times. And also time to time, have the privilege to share with many organizations like BCA and many other companies as well. Currently, I'm an associate director of my company. And formerly, my previous life, I was a vice president in the banking and started off with Big Four as a chartered accountant. I'm still a chartered accountant, but my passion is more on helping all my clients to achieve financial independence now. Right. Okay. And doing well and helping my clients to do well as well, being the top 5% advisors globally, achieving awards every year. And also, but more importantly, to help my 800 to 900 over clients to walk along this financial journey with them. And my motto is very simple. It's lifelong learning, live for today and plan for tomorrow. Okay, just my recent article that I share on Straits Times. Y'all can have a read. I just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, just to share my 2 cents how to do well in the investment and other planning. Yeah, this is the article that I shared, right? Okay, yeah, as mentioned, I also share on TV just to educate the public on how to achieve a better strategy to achieve financial independence. Okay. This is before the COVID time. Yeah, I've been to many organizations as well, large corporate institution, even like NUS and other business events and other professional bodies. Now we can't meet face to face, but thankfully we have this thing called webinar. So you guys can enjoy the session even at the comfort at your home. Okay. And yeah, doing well and my privilege to help my clients to do well and being awarded as well for being the top wealth planner for the past 10 over years. Yeah, I've been in the finance world for close to about 26 years, still going strong because I'm very passionate in what I'm doing. Continue to serve my friends and clients. Okay, that's some of the valuable feedback and testimony from all my value clients. So they felt they are more empowered. They felt more confident after meeting me. Because for me, I'm like a financial doctor. So I don't recommend any financial product, but rather understand what the client needs, just like a doctor, before prescribing the right solution for my clients. And yeah, they felt they learned a lot and they felt more confident after having meeting me. Okay, more of the head of departments and other senior management also felt they are less worried, less concerned, even take care of their family and their loved ones to achieve financial independence. Right. Okay. I come from this company called IPP. Basically, we are one of the biggest financial advisory firm in Singapore. We have presence in Malaysia and Hong Kong as well. Size in terms of asset under management, we are about 1.5 billion and about close to 600 over advisors and backroom staff. Together, we have about 60,000 clients. So we are one of the biggest advisory firms in Singapore. And why are we different from the other advisors or bankers out there? Well, the first two mainly they can market their own companies, their own product. For example, AIA will market AIA products solely, or even banks, they usually work with one or two providers. For us, we can work with almost 90% of providers. So many of us like choices. That's like why we want to go to IT fair to get a laptop. We can have Acer, Toshiba, Apple, you name it, we have it. But versus if you go to Toshiba, it's only one brand. So one company or one brand may not be best in everything, with due respect. So good to have choices. And yeah, in terms of investment fund houses, we are close to about 800 funds or more. And big boys like Manulife, HSBC, JP Morgan, and so on. And many of the banks is also our counterpart in terms of mortgages and also in protecting their mortgage for the clients. Right. So in IPP, at one stop point, how are we different from the rest? Basically, we can, number one, save our clients a lot of time. So they need not do any of the comparing or shopping all over the place. Number one, they get more confused. Number two, a lot of time wasted. So in IPP, we can work with all these counterparts at one stop point to help banks, insurance, investment, other professional services, even will and estate planning. So clients do not have to waste our time, but we can do all the research under one roof. So that take care of clients' interests and help them achieve financial independence more in the best way as well. Right. So our role is never about selling products. So yeah, being a professional accountant as well. So my role is more to advising and value add to all my clients to help them make useful decisions so they can achieve financial independence sooner rather than later. Right. Okay, why is retirement, back to today's topic, why is retirement a big concern? Well, in Singapore, it's about 30% of male can live until 81 years old, 81.4. In fact, 30% may even live beyond once they reach 81 years old. So lifespan has actually prolonged due to better medical science and so on. And for female, average lifespan is about 85.7 years, but in which 40% can even live beyond 85 years old. So the good news is we can enjoy our golden years a bit longer, but not so good news is do we have sufficient planning? Do we have sufficient retirement nest egg to last throughout the lifetime, the day we stop work? So many of times we felt by doing nothing, we can achieve financial independence and retirement. So that's not necessarily true. So we cannot let nature take its course, because without doing anything, there will be more concern because our paycheck will stop there and medical costs will keep going. Just to share, I have a very close relative, high flyer, earning high income. Unfortunately, as she reaching the retirement age, because she didn't do any planning, she's not able to retire happy. Why? Because many of the part of that huge chunk of expense has gone to the house, gone to the expensive cars, gone to the holidays. Now we cannot travel, but during then a lot of expenses has incurred. Well, nothing wrong with that. Just that if we can pay ourselves first rather than spend everything, just like what Warren Buffett has always advocated, and also not only that, to make our savings and our money work harder for you. That's the key. So yeah, it's not about how much we earn, but how much we can save and make our money work harder. Basically, it's a very simple tip to how to achieve much more in terms of our wealth. Right. Okay. So when we talk about retirement, we always see all these few uncles playing chess at the white deck. Can't do much or nothing much to do in that sense. In other words, I mean, there's a retirement gap basically on what people felt they have enough for retirement versus what they actually have, even without doing much planning. So that there's a mismatch there. As you can see in this graph, okay, about this is a survey that done in Singapore and other parts of the countries in Asia. Most of them, most of the population believe their retirement nest egg can last for 20 years or more. But in actual fact, they can only last for half of that, probably 10 years. So what happened to the remaining 10 over years? So that can be a big concern because we need to ensure, just like driving on the road, the car has enough fuel to keep on going and it will not just run dry halfway so that we can enjoy much more for the rest of our life. Right. Okay, this is a very interesting survey because certainly what are the people's fears and what's their aspiration the day they stop work, the day they retire, and why they want to retire. I mean, 72% of them felt they like to enjoy much more, spend much more time with their friends and family, which they may not have the opportunity to do so because of the busy work schedule. And also they like to have more, enjoy much more for their hobbies, their holidays, about 63%. Right. Okay. So what are the concerns the day they stop work? Well, health as we age naturally and most likely will deteriorate. So what happened then? Would they have enough of healthcare to take out this medical cost? So in Singapore, the joke is we can pass on but cannot fall sick. So the truth is actually we need to take care of all these expensive medical costs as well. And the expenses can only go up and it will not come down as it goes on. So it's a very big major concern as well. Right. Okay. Recent survey by a huge financial institution also show that 70% of us have not done enough financial planning or retirement planning. Only about 30% or less have actually followed a proper planning to take care of their retirement needs. So sadly to say, about 37% of us have not actually do any planning. Not only that, they live day by day. So let nature take its course. But in life, it doesn't work that way. So I mean, even Singapore government will not take care of us if we stop work. We do have CPF despite that, but with that, is that sufficient? Later, I'll show you and share a bit more on that. Right. So there are four factors, very simple four factors to consider when what we need to do when we want to achieve retirement one day and how to achieve financial independence. Basically, what's the retirement age that we want to stop work? And how much do we want to have every month the day we stop work? One yardstick is about one recommendation is to have, let's say, 2/3 of our current income the day we stop work. So that let's say we have earning 10,000, good to have at least 6K of allowance every month. If half of that is probably 3K. So depending on your lifestyle, depending on what you like to achieve end of the day, and how many years can this retirement nest egg last? As shown, we can live longer. So do you want to plan even beyond that? And of course, even during our active years after retirement, most of us would like to have more so that we can do more things right after retirement. And inflation rate is also a concern because money getting smaller and smaller, even we didn't do anything about that. Okay, I'll show you a very interesting retirement spreadsheet. And you know what I'm talking about. Give me a minute there. Okay, guys. Yeah. Can I have a show or hand? Y'all can type in the group chat what will be the average age you want me to use for today's audience? Should I use 40, 45? I mean, today's average age of the audience. Let's say using your age or your peers' age. You like me to use 40, 45? Okay, Yok Ying say 45. Very good. Any other numbers? 60, 35. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, some say 35, some say 58, some say 60. Okay, I'll just take the average. I think 45 is a good number. Okay, so 45, around what age y'all want to retire, enjoy your holiday or do more things? Some say tomorrow, but realistically could be a bit longer. But if you plan enough, it can be earlier. Okay, Lin says 60, some say 65, Sito. Okay, very good. Doreen 55. Okay, 60, 65. Okay, yeah, 60, Valerie. Okay, very good. 65. Okay. Okay, maybe I use 65 first for a typical retirement age. Okay, later I can adjust a bit so that to show you how does it look like for early retirement. Okay, let's say at 65, we retire, average age of 45 in this group. How much you all like to have every month the day you all stop work? 1,005, 2,000, 3,000, 3,005, or 2K? Just throw any numbers based on your expenses that you think is enough every month. Okay, Yok Ying say 2005. Any others? Lina 2K. Okay. Okay. Uni 3K. Lenny 3K. All right. Okay. Zito 2000. Okay. Right. Okay. I'll take an average 2005 lah. It's a good number. Average of the income that you all like to receive. Okay. Let's say 2005 every month, a paycheck given to you. As if we are still working, but even though you stop work, how nice would that be if you have a passive guarantee paycheck or income coming in the day you stop work at 65? Okay, assuming 2005 a month. Okay, not so good news, guys. 2005 today, when you reach 65, based on inflation rate for the last 3 to 4 decades, I would say about close to 3%. Later, I'll show you a cup of coffee, how much a coffee was versus today, 50 years later. You'll be shocked in terms of the inflation. So we take 3% as an inflation rate. Okay, let's say return, if everyone putting in the bank, which is obviously even lesser than 1%, put in POSB, make a guess, what is the interest rate? Everybody want to guess what is the interest rate putting in the bank? Okay, Yok Ying, spot on, very good. 0.05%, so it's close to nothing. So my family just look at the bank statement that they, wow, after saving for so long, cannot see any interest or any fruits out of that. So best to reinvest beside our rainy day monies to make our lazy money work much harder for us so we can enjoy more. Right, okay, so 2005 today will become 4005 20 years down the road. Okay, assuming our average lifespan is 85, that's been for next 20 years, from 65 to 85, to give you 2005 every month, today's dollar, you need about 1.3 million, 1321877, which is about close to 1.3. Wow, okay, but unfortunately, some may be a millionaire, but not all is a millionaire yet at this point in time. Well, in Singapore, a lot of us is asset rich, but cash-wise, not so much, unfortunately. Yes, so with that, how can we actually help us to last throughout our golden years? Okay, one way is make our money work harder. Okay, if inflation is already 3%, we put in bank less than 1%, technically we have a minus 2% return. So if we can make our money work harder, let's say 3-4%, at least 3% to curb the inflation. Wow, you can see the amount that required has dropped to 1 mil, right? Okay. And some says, okay, I want to reduce my expenses. Maybe 2,000 is enough for me every month. Okay, then will be 866,000. Okay, but through survey recently, through a group of 100 people that being surveyed, age range from 35 to 60. how much they need the day they stop work, or based on their current expense. Average expense, they need minimally they need about 2,300. So even 2,000 may not be sufficient for that aspect. So based on that, how much you can reduce your cost, just like how much you can tighten your belt. You can manage your cost, yes, but only up to a certain extent. Okay. So let's say if we need, let's say 2003 example, and if we make our money work harder, some can put to some instrument that grow much more than inflation. Could be, let's say, average 4 to 5% example. Then you probably just need 830,000, and that can last you throughout the next 20 years. And if you like to have early retirement, just like some of you just mentioned, let's say 60, slightly earlier, you probably need about 856,000. Yeah. So the way to go is basically, beside reducing your daily expense, good to make your money work harder for you, so that not all just earning 0.05 lah, like one of our friends mentioned here. So put some for rainy day. 6 months of your rainy day, which is your expenses. In case you need the money, you can draw from ATM anytime. But beyond that, definitely good to make our money work much harder for us, besides working hard. So yeah, because in life there's two engines. I will say one is the active income and one is the passive income. Active income is like your salary, your income, business income, and so on. But active income can only last so long, maybe until 60, 65. I don't think any one of you want to work until 80 or 70. Not all of us is like LKY, or even Mahathir, so to speak, in 80s or 90s, still going strong. So good to have the other engine, which is our passive income, a multiple source of income to help us to take care of our lifestyle, even when we stop work or when we want to enjoy much more for our golden years. Okay, back to my slide. Right, okay. So two very simple strategy, how to retire happy. Basically, two things. Okay, first part, many of us has neglected income protection and wealth preservation if uncontrollable event happens. Because in life, of course, we hope to be being of health all the way to 80, 90, or even 100. Unfortunately, things happen as nobody expected COVID. Anyone can fall sick, can be you, me, or another friend. So if this does happen, just like cancer, stroke, heart attack, or any of this illness or disability, do we have sufficient income to take care of us for the next 5 to 10 years? Yeah, because we are just like a tree. In fact, the root of the tree. So if our root is well protected, we can bear fruits, a lot of fruits. Fruits is like our income. We can generate much more income if we protect the root well. However, if the root is weak, what happens to the fruits and the branches? Will be all gone, right? All withers. So yeah, so very important to protect you, which is the greatest assets. Okay, number two, just like what I just shared, do you have any of the wealth accumulation plan, any instrument that help you make your money work harder for you, besides earning 0.05 or even less than 0.5% for your rainy days to take care of golden years? To illustrate, very simple, okay, three scenarios that will happen to all of us, right? Okay, first scenario, if everything goes well, we retire in our 60s. Is it do we have enough? Let's say we need 3,000-4,000 a month to take care of our golden years for the next 20 to 25 years, right? Number two, if we are not well, or even if we don't survive due to COVID, due to accident, due to any of the illnesses, if for a married couple, if one cannot survive, it's like 50% pay cut. Can our family afford that? Or even fall sick? What if both fall sick or both do not survive? Is there a proper estate planning as well? And is there a proper backup plan, a plan B for you to take care of you and your family? And third scenario, sometimes we may be still surviving, but we are not well. So is it enough to take care of your other expenses? your big ticket item like your housing loan and so on, and beside roof over your head and your other bills. So that can be one concern as well. So therefore, it's important to take out the income protection and also to have a good well accumulation plan to take care of your golden years. Rain or shine, no need to burden your loved ones. You can take care of yourself and enjoy much more. Right. Okay. So coming back, just now we're talking about is CPF life alone enough? Okay. I think this professor here had answered your question in the newspaper article. Uh, just relying on CPF savings is enough. Well, think again. So obviously, based on that, we felt it's not sufficient. Okay, why is that so? Okay, if everybody have CPF, you probably know that you need to contribute to a minimum balance or even be less than that. What is the minimum balance currently? From the past, it started out with 80,000, but with the inflation adjustment up to today in 2021, the minimum sum is 186,000. That's mean from your ordinary account plus your special account will be 186,000 if you are turning 55 this year. But fret not, if you do not have that, they will calculate based on whatever balance you have and to pay you accordingly, right? Okay, so basically, if you have 186,000 this year, you for next 10 years, this money will be locked in. The starting 65, you'll start paying you for the rest of your life about 1,000, 3,000, 4 per month, depending which scheme you select. So if for some they felt, oh, I don't want to lock in so much in CPF. So what can they do? They can do this thing called shielding. Shielding before 55, they actually invest out their money. So amount that being locked into their CPF will be lesser. Or the other way, some may want to use their property to pledge. So they can take out the other half, but the other half will be locked in until 65, then start paying you for the rest of your life. So the amount will be half of what the normal minimum sum when they pay you. Right. Okay. So based on calculation, currently, when the person turns 55 now, the CPF will give you three options: the standard plan, the escalating plan, and the basic plan. So if your minimum sum 186, likely you get about 1,004 to 1,005 if you select a standard plan. The difference, you may ask, what is the difference between standard and escalating and basic? So for those they have no dependents, they want to take care of themselves better, they go for standard plan. But if you don't opt for any option, CPF will choose for you by default standard plan. Okay, for those that they give you about $100 more compared to a basic plan, which probably you get about 1,000, 3,000, 4 if you have minimum sum 186. If touch wood anything happen to the person, the bequest or your loved ones will get a bit more if you select basic plan. But the income that you're getting maybe about $100 lesser compared to a standard plan, right? And escalating plan, this probably not so popular yet. What it means is start with a smaller amount, then slowly it will grow by 2% every year, probably 10 or 20, 10 over years down the road, then you'll be equipped to your standard plan. So at least there are three options for you. And if you're less than CPF, you're less than the minimum sum, let's say 93K, amount you'll be receiving will be half of that. And for some, they want to enhance it to what they call ERS, Enhanced Retirement Scheme. They have about 2,000 to 2,002 every month for standard. The only thing, some may not want to put too much in the CPF. Good to have some, but maybe some felt they don't want to have all their eggs into one basket. They like some liquidity during their golden years. So I believe full retirement sum is still the more popular plan among the three so far. Right. Okay. So I'm going a bit fast because a lot of things to share, a lot of meat I'd like to share with you guys. So any question, you feel free to ask me end of the session. Yeah, I'll be happy to answer you as much as I can. Right. Okay. So some may ask, okay, if CPF life alone may not be sufficient to take care of golden years, what can we do? Especially during this new normal now. Everyone experience a first glimpse of retirement, especially during circuit breaker, right? So we are at home, nothing much to do. just like retirement, future retirement. I mean, we can do something just that apart from that, fortunately for now, many still receiving income even during the COVID period. But what if the real retirement kicks in? There will be no more income. Would it be a concern to everybody? So where's the paycheck coming from? Okay. So these are a few options, not exhaustive. I wouldn't say this should be the only solution, but at least can give some of you more options, something that you can think about to complement your CPF life or your other instrument that you probably have. Okay, so let's say based on CPF life, Alex, age 40 plus now, want to have about 3,000 a month. But she'll be getting likely 1,004 when you reach 65. Okay, then there's a gap of about 1,003 or 1,006. Where does this extra come from? What Alex can do, he can have a retirement plan. Example, he save for 10 years, right? Okay, then at 65, he start collecting two things. One from the CPF life, 1,004. The other 1,006 will be coming from this retirement plan. So total, he will have 3K, hence meeting what he wanted. Okay, for 65 to 80. The plan itself, you can be longer. Of course, then the savings budget, you need to adjust accordingly. But let's say for 65 to 80, Agnes will be enjoying 3,000 every month. And through recent survey, many felt 65, 80 is the most exciting year for retirement, go years. Why? Because you still can travel. Now cannot go overseas, but at least can still do staycation, yeah? Right, okay, with that, they can enjoy a bit more, pick up new hobbies and learn new things, okay? But after 80 will be slow go years. Probably have to need another stick to help them to move around, or maybe less mobile at that age. So probably slow go. And then beyond 85 or 90, you'll be probably just stay at home or just a short walk around the place. Okay, so the needs typically 65, 80 will be more, and with some basic needs thereafter. But medical is important thereafter, right? Okay, so basically this another option, right? Okay, this basically just for pure illustration purpose. Okay, assuming the person have about 100,000 currently, or 100 to 110, every month the person will have about 300 per month, or about close to 3,006 to 3,008. Okay, that can last he or her for the lifetime, for the rest of his life or her life. Right. Okay. So with that, this can take care of the expenses. Maybe 20 years down the road, if the person want to encash it, he get about 100,000 or so, and he will enjoy about 60K income that putting into his bank account for the last 15 to 20 years. So total getting about close to 180 to 190,000. Compare if he never take out, he probably get a bit more for the last 15 years. Okay, maybe he felt he doesn't need to take it out now. He can enjoy the rest of his life this passive income. So he will receive about 136,000 plus encash by then, will be 174. Total of close to about 300 plus 300 over 1,000. So can grow to about three times, close to three times the day from his retirement all the way to old age. Right. If touch anything happen to him, a lump sum will go to his family. So can be a two-in-one plan to enjoy his retirement plus a legacy plan for his loved ones. Okay. So so in life, there's another way. Some they like the idea of leveraging. So some may question, okay, is there such thing as good debt? I thought there's only bad debt. So yes, possible to have a good debt. Bad debt is those things that not able to help you earn money from there. Just like our credit card. Of course, we pay credit card on time. Yes, that's a good thing. We can enjoy extra reward points from there. But some they just spend future money, never have the intention to pay. So if they don't do anything, they'll incur about 24%, a whooping 24% interest rate. So that's not a good debt, obviously. some borrow money for just to spend or other personal purpose, then that is not such a good debt. Good debt can be, for some instance, most of us may use a mortgage to take care of the biggest commitment to buy a property, our own residence, so that can generate, in terms of capital appreciation, at times there are possible some income, and that there are some instruments that can also be leveraged to grow our income. So yeah, they have the savings to take care of that, but they prefer to maximize. That's what a lot of affluent clients doing now, to maximize the dollar and cents, to take advantage of the low interest rate now. Okay, so interest rate now is all-time low, good for the loan, but not so great for the deposit, as we can see. Right. Okay. Let's say about 100,000 plan, $100,000 cash today. What can a person do? Okay, if you like the idea of leveraging, you can take out a plan, let's say about 350K. And with that, he actually 100K is from himself or herself. 250K will be funded by the financial institution. So first 3 to 4 years only need to take care of the interest. Okay, interest of 1.27%, which work out to be about 200 plus every month, just for the first 3 to 4 years. After that, you start collecting money, about 1,001 to 1,000 a month, and net after expense, after interest, is about 10K from the fourth year onwards. So return based on that, because just 100K cash outlay, you get about 10K, so it's close to about 9 to 10%, based on current interest rate about 1.27. So again, this retirement plan, you can keep it as long as you want. You can redeem it in terms of the loan, or touch anything happen to him, this plan will go to his family or her family, minus out the 250K. But let's say 30 years down the road, he will enjoy about 262,000 passive income. When he encash about 480, total he minus out the loan, he get about 499, close to 400,000. So not too bad to grow his wealth for his retirement nest egg to about 3 times, 2 to 3 times, depending when he want to continue to receive or encash. Right. Okay, these are very similar, just like for 500,000 plan, 150K deposit, you can get higher lah, about 1,005 per month to 1,007 per month. So it's a bit like rental income, so to speak. But for that, you do not have to worry to look for tenants. There's no ABSD, can be as high as 20 to 20% or even more. Okay, so no worries on the taxes and maintenance for this plan. It's always good to diversify. Right. Okay, so when we talk about retirement, we cannot neglect this thing called inflation. Okay, because this will eat into your money. Just like what I shared earlier, a cup of coffee 50 years ago, 1970, only 25 cents. As you can see, 10 years later, 45. Same cup of coffee, 10 years, 75 cents, another 10 years. Now about $1.70, right? You go to Akun, probably cost you $2.20 or so on. Not talking about Starbucks coffee bean, that probably 3 to 4 times higher. So as you can see, one cup of coffee 50, 40 years ago can grow to about close to, wow, about 6, 7 times more than what you put, more than what you was. Okay, so if you put everything in the bank savings beside rainy day money, the value of the money will get eroded slowly but surely. Right, just like a dollar now, if the inflation is based on 3%, what happened 20 years later? The money will become from $1 will drop to 55 cents, half the value. So definitely not knowingly, by putting everything into low interest bank account, there's a risk that many people may have neglected, called inflation risk. So always good to overcome inflation risk with a better strategy. Right. So talking about strategy, I like to use this simple illustration. Okay, just give me a second. Right. Okay. Okay, basically, yeah, I was saying, okay, it's like everybody know what's a football game, soccer game. Okay, so in very easy in a soccer game, we cannot have 11 strikers lah. For those that watch soccer, they know Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, but it's impossible to have all 11 strikers. Why? Because if all 11 strikers, who gonna defend the goalpost, right? Then the football team will be in big trouble. Nobody to guard or safeguard their territory. So, and also good to have some midfield to be defensive, and some can be not too, maybe moderate, not too aggressive, at least to protect the middle ground. So same thing in financial planning, I always believe in asset allocation, not putting all eggs into one basket. So for example, if you put can be some of your savings into rainy day monies, into normal fixed deposit or savings account, more for liquidity. Anytime you can take out the money, but not so much to grow your money as shown earlier, because earning less than 1% is not the best way of utilizing our money. So some may want to grow their money a bit more. They can put into some savings plan, some moderate risk portfolio, bond funds, and so on, or some retirement savings plan. And some they wouldn't mind put X percentage to grow a bit more, maybe to some equities, some stock, or even they are very good in other instruments. They can have some alternative investment. Yeah, but just that do not put all eggs into one basket lah. So that not everything will be into high risk or low risk, or so that you have a balance. Yeah. Okay. Just give me a second. Right. Okay. I'll go a bit fast because yeah, I try to share as much as possible during this short period of time. Okay. Everybody know this guy with a funny hairstyle? Yeah, he's Einstein. Okay. Just give me a second. There's some technical thing. Let me try to resolve. Okay, so Einstein invented this simple formula called rule of 72, very important, very useful, very simple, but very important, which basically means how long does it take to double up your money? Assuming I have $10,000 today, how long will it take to double up to 20,000? Assuming if some instrument giving me 2%, it will take me 72 divided by 2 is 36 years. Okay, to double up from 10,000 to 20,000. But what if the instrument is only 1%, like your fixed deposit, some may even be less than 1%. It take 72 years to double up your money. So imagine what if it's putting all into Postbank 0.05 or other bank accounts. It probably take you 144 years or more to double up the money, right? Okay, so basically the way to work our money, work harder, even for our golden years, there are many ways. So it can be through low risk retirement income plan. It can be an investment. So okay, some say, hey, I fear of losing money if I put my money into investment like unit trust, shares, and so on, and equity. But if you can see from this chart, the risk actually will reduce if we can stay invested longer. Somebody just put in for less than 1 year will be having 27% risk of losing, versus somebody that put in for 10 years, it will drop to 4% the risk of losing. So if you put into quality funds, very importantly, just like what Warren Buffett is saying, to grow their money through quality investment, to be stay invested throughout. That's the way to go. Okay. And a very simple strategy when we talk about investment is called dollar cost averaging. So probably some of you may have BCA, dollar cost averaging, which simply means, let's say I put in X dollar per month, 500 to 1,000 example per month. Even when the market go up, that's great. When the market come down, I will not be fearful, because means this is like Shopee sales, 7788 and so on. I can buy much more units when the price go down. So using this very disciplined way of investment strategy, I can grow the money for long run. So in fact, this can beat somebody that, let's say, they put in the lump sum. It's possible to grow more, but by putting this average dollar cost averaging method, your money will not be, your investment will not be impacted even when the market down. I mean, won't be impacted so greatly, but in fact, it can take advantage of the drop in the market. So overall, the person may put in 1,000 every month, and due to the increase and decrease in price, he has grown to about 5,005, a total gain of 1,005. Just to show a simple illustration, putting $1,000 over 1 year. Okay. So for lump sum investment has its advantage also. Lump sum potential can grow more, but there's no need to time the market. Let's say market go down or go up, you can do what we call tranches. Maybe put in one tranche, 100K divided by 2 or 100K divided by 3, or you have 300K, you can split accordingly, for example, or into some more robust instruments that help you to rebalance regularly. So with this, let's say someone have a lump sum 100K, putting in 1,000 per month. After 12 years, based on 6%, this 100K plus 1K will grow to about 400,000. 24 years, you become a millionaire. Okay. So versus someone put in fixed D for 12 years, you only get 264,000. Almost double up lah. If it's 9%, it will be more than double and so on. Okay. So in investment, always we don't want to put all eggs into one basket. Can choose the good quality funds. As you can see, some of the more exclusive funds last year was a good year, more than a double-digit return. But not every year is a bullish year. So over a long term to mid term, your investment will grow by putting into quality investment. Right. Okay, just to share one of the fund that I invested myself, called Fund Smith. So last 6 to 8 years, about 18%. Why they can do so well? Because they putting their investment into big boys like Microsoft, PayPal, and Facebook, and so on. So all this and the fund manager also doing very good job, and not putting all eggs into one basket, into a few good big countries, US, Europe, and some other countries. And not just one sector, can be IT or even healthcare, which is booming right now. Okay, but don't put into the wrong sector. Like airline, aviation, I would believe will take a long time before it can come back ever again. Okay, so put into quality investment, always look for long-term growth, so that it can beat the market and beat the inflation. As you can see, this fund has outbeat the global stock index, right? About 18% for the last couple of years. Right. Okay. This guy is no stranger to us, the investment guru. So what he says, we definitely have to listen carefully. When everybody is greedy, he becomes fearful. When everybody is fearful, he becomes greedy. So in investment, it should never be emotional, not to be impacted by the up and down. Because eventually they will go up. Although investment is not a straight line, by putting into value investment. Okay. And very quickly, for some, they want to save some money for retirement. That is instrument called SRS. So effectively, SRS can help you not only to grow your retirement, can also use to offset your tax. So let's say a person, Mr. Lim, put in 80,000, no SRS, just for simple illustration, you have to pay close to 2,000 tax. Okay, compared to someone that put in 15,300, which is the maximum. For example, you can put lesser than that. He enjoy a tax savings of about more than $1,000. Okay, so around $1,000 savings. But of course, after putting SRS, most will not just leave it behind, but will grow the money, because interest earned from SRS is just like normal savings account, 0.05. So can reinvest or grow your money for your retirement from there. Okay, so basically there's many strategies. After 62, then it's ideally to take up after 62, not before that, due to the tax impact. But having said that, you can still withdraw your SRS before that. Okay, if you need that for rainy day money, but there's some admin and penalty for taking up earlier. Okay, so very simple factors when we consider what is important for retirement. Do you have enough regular paycheck to pay you the day you stop work? Do you have a comprehensive investment portfolio that you want to stay invested and grow for you even for golden years? Rule of 72 that we just went through just now, very simple. How to make your money work harder. Is it all putting into normal savings account, or you want to diversify to put into some better instrument that can meet your risk profile, your investment time horizon? And in life, it can be even a combination of a guaranteed paycheck and some potentially higher investment return. So guaranteed paycheck will give you certainty, and investment portfolio will give you potentially higher return. You can have a combination of both. So no right or wrong answer depending on your risk appetite. Typically, as we age closer to retirement age, risk appetite may drop a bit. So probably more skewed towards a low risk retirement planning with some investment portfolio that pay you a regular income or even dividends. Okay. So last but not least, okay, if all goes well, great, we can achieve retirement. But what if what we just went through, we saw if unexpected event happen? Okay, so through these statistics, we can see clearly 38% even before retirement may get stroke, 26% may even get cancer, 6% due to degenerative disease as we age. So as we age, usually we don't go, we can be healthy, but physically may not be as strong as our younger days. So what happens if all these illnesses creep in? Okay, so 1 in 2 may be even severely disabled even at age 65. So husband and wife, it could be husband, it can be wife. So 50% I would say is very large probability. So if that happens, are we well taken care? Okay, so MediShield Life and ElderShield is and CareShield Life, the latest scheme from the government. These two schemes, just for your knowledge, can use your MediSave to enhance that, to take care of your big hospital bills, and also to take care of your disability income by enhancing your ElderShield or CareShield. So coming back to what is CareShield Life, that's a very new scheme. Actually, it's a new scheme that going to replace ElderShield, right? Okay, similarly, the only difference is ElderShield is for 40 and above during the past, but now even 30 to 40, the person can come in to be protected, to upgrade their, to use their MediSave for CareShield. Basically, you pay the person, what CareShield does is, you pay the person about starting from 600 per month. If the person can do 3 out of 6 daily activities, which means cannot eat, cannot walk, cannot move around, cannot go to bathroom, cannot go toilet, cannot stand up from bed. 3 out of 6, they pay you $600. Okay, for those that already in ElderShield, no worries, you can stay on the ElderShield. Okay, for those that age 30 to 40, no choice lah. Compulsory will be a CareShield. You'll be embarked to this government scheme. Those 70, born in 1970 to 79, they will be switched to CareShield, but they have a choice to opt out 2 years later, 2023, to go back to the ElderShield if they wish to. And those earlier one, they can opt in if they want to CareShield as well. Okay, only thing based on CareShield, whether you have CareShield 600 per month minimally or ElderShield 400 per month or even 300 per month, is that sufficient? So based on study, the expenses the day when we really need long-term care, when rubber meets the road, we need at least 2,000 to 2,003. Why? Because some will need to hire a maid to take care of us, caregiver, we need special aid and so on. So just 600 or even 400 alone is not enough. So what can we do? The good news is you can use mainly from your MediSave to upgrade to a better long-term care plan. So basically, once we have a CareShield or ElderShield, we can take care of 400 to 600. But beyond that, if we upgrade, let's say to a better CareShield plan, a long-term care plan, you can have 1,000 plus 600, about more than 1,006 to 2,000. So that will be closer to the needs, I would say, because $300-400 or even 600 nowadays can't do much lah, based on the current statistics. Okay, so to achieve financial independence is not difficult, as I share with you over the past 60 minutes, right? Okay, basically what is the meaning of financial independence? Is basically to allow you to choose to work because you want to work, not because you have to work, because you need to take care of take care of your bread and butter and so on. So basically, some may say, oh, the day I retire, I got nothing to do. Yes and no. So by achieving financial independence doesn't mean you have to stop work totally. You can continue work to 65, 70 if you want to, but maybe do something less stressful. You may want to start up your own consulting work after 65, 70, or you want to do something relaxing, but you do not have to be hold back because you need to take care of the bills and so on. So that's the whole purpose of why you want to achieve financial independence, to achieve much more. So how can I help you? Okay, so I'll be glad to help you and any of your friends, your family, just like my 8 to 900 clients, to do 4 things, basically to rise to financial independence. So I like the words RISE, R-I-S-E, which presents retire happy and retire ready, and to I as in invest to grow your money even while you're sleeping, to work your money harder for you. As to secure income protection, do you have a plan B contingency plan to take care of you as the greatest assets in the event if you fall sick, or worse still, if not surviving? And estate planning, talking about not surviving, do you have a good wealth preservation plan so that you can leave behind for your loved ones, and your loved ones can be well taken care and remember you as a loving father, loving mother, or even grandparents? Yeah, that can be through the mode of trust, LPA, or even writing a will. Okay, so I come to the end of the session for the Q&A session. If you like, please take a minute to snap this picture. Yeah, I'll just stop here for a minute. So basically, you can take this picture, and if you like to have a complimentary consultation at a mutually convenient time, so on the approval basis, but I'm happy to share since most of you are from BCA. So I'm happy to let more of you to learn more and to share with you more. What I can do is me and my team can arrange a mutually convenient time at the comfort of your home, let's say over Zoom. But if you prefer to have it over coffee or tea, you can let my team know. You just take a picture of this QR code, and you can reach me by my contact number here through WhatsApp or email. And my website is there as well. You can also find out a bit more of myself. You can also reach me through my website. And basically, happy to share with all you. It's always my pleasure. Okay. So I'll just see if there are any questions from you, from everyone here. Just give me a minute. Okay, so I'll come to the end of the sessions. Okay, if you have any question for me, you can just type in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer you. Okay. Okay, Yok Ying was asking interesting question. What about retiring at 50? How much cash is needed? Good question. Yok Ying, no hard and fast rule. It boils down to how much do you need. Let's say you need 2,005, 3,000 every month. And yeah, and how much you want to receive, how long you want to receive. And definitely not putting into normal bank savings for everything. And this will complement your CPF life if you do have CPF life. Let's say 1,000 to 1,005 a month, and complement, let's say you need another 1,005 to achieve 3K without inflation. So you can do something about that to a better instrument like a low risk guarantee retirement plan, or even through portfolio investment that can give you passive income. Yeah. So which fund house performance is more consistent and perform better? Okay, good question, Yok Ying. So there are so many instruments, so many funds out there. It's like a financial jungle. So a lot of consumers, they get confused. A lot of times based on hearsay, hey, they thought stock A is the best, and they go and invest, end up losing money and got their hands burned. And then they tell themselves they will never want to invest again. So that's the sad part lah. So always so through us, I mean of course if you are very savvy, the person very savvy, you can do your own investment, you can do your own stock picking. But even then I have very savvy clients in investment, but they don't mind to diversify. So over here at my company, we have an in-house investment team that do their 8 hours homework a day. So we'll select recommended funds. I wouldn't say which is the best fund or which is the A fund or A star funds, but rather to select, more importantly, based on your risk appetite, we'll customize a solution based on all these selected funds, whether you are moderate, very, very conservative, or you're a bit more aggressive in terms of your risk profile. So we will recommend accordingly, and more importantly, based on your risk appetite, what are the quality funds. So usually they have the performances of all these funds. We'll do an analysis, then we can share with you. Usually, typically, a portfolio of funds of 3 to 4 funds. So unless the person prefer to have one fund to start off, and so on, we will help you to diversify into some quality funds that potentially can invest into some big boys like even like Facebook, Microsoft, Alibaba, and so on. Okay. So yeah, Lenny. So yeah, I mean, we can't really recommend you often without understanding a bit more. Do arrange a session with my team. My team will check my schedule and happy to Zoom chat with you over a quick chat or even when we catch up over a coffee session also. So it will be better and more meaningful because as I say, I'm like a role of financial doctor lah, to understand a bit more of yourself before I can advise what is suitable, what is best for you. Because there's no right or wrong answer, so to speak. What are the best plan? But there are some good plans out there, definitely, to complement what you have or what CPF Life may not be able to provide, just based on that alone. Okay, Halim, those above 55 years old, what do you recommend to supplement their CPF life? Yeah, so Halim, good question. Okay, so if let's say, I'm not sure what's your background, are you very risk averse or are you a bit more moderate and you don't mind to grow a bit more? So, I mean, typically you can have a good retirement plans. So retirement plan is like those instruments that can give you a monthly income. Let's say when you reach 55, 60 or 65, will pay out a guaranteed income plus extra bonus the day you stop work for the next 15 to 20 years or even longer. So that will definitely complement a low risk instrument to complement your CPF life. Having said that, you may, if you like some investments with capital growth or even some dividends, you can combine that with some investment portfolio as well. That can also give you a stream of regular income. So it's like multiple source of income. You're not just relying one source just on CPF life alone. You have your own retirement plan, your own exclusive portfolio investment. So you have multiple stream of income to take care of your golden years. Not forgetting to protect your protection and your income as well during your next 5 to 10 years while you're still working, or even the day you stop work. Question is whether your health care, your medical care, your long-term care, are they well taken care of? If not, your hard-earned money savings will go, as one of my clients always joke, will used to pay the doctor lah. So it's you are paying for the doctor's retirement, not for your own retirement. So in that sense, it's good to have balance. Like what Sito is asking now as well. You have 3 insurance plans. Something happened to you, can your family claim all the insurance company or just one insurance company? Okay, great, Sito. So it's pretty much I will need to know exactly what sort of insurance plan that you have. So at times, many people think, oh, I bought a lot of insurance. I have enough insurance. Yes, in terms of buying a lot of insurance, number of insurance plans. Unfortunately, what do they cover you? That's an important question. Do they cover you if when you're not well? Do they pay you a lump sum, touch wood, if you fall sick, like major illness, cancer, stroke, heart attack? Like two of my clients just recently, high flyers, suddenly got cancers in their mid 40s and late 40s. So what can they get out of this plan B? So fortunately, they did some planning with me before that, so that can easily take care of them for the next 5 years. They do not have to worry of losing their income, because they don't want to be so stressful, go back to the workforce. They need time to recover, may even take time to rest. And medical bill, very importantly, if they have a good hospital plan, that will take care of all these big bills. And yeah, so beyond that, some of whatever extra left behind, that can be used for their retirement too. Right. Okay. Yok Ying asked another question. Is there a study to show whether DCA monthly is better or DCA quarterly? Okay, good question. Okay, so we do have clients that like to use this strategy, dollar cost averaging. So they can be monthly or even quarterly. Yeah, because some they prefer to do it monthly, but some like to use quarterly so that they need not keep track. They just have quarterly lah. Usually I save up this amount, a bit more meaningful to use quarterly. So both monthly and quarterly is possible, because 1 month and 3 months will not have a lot of difference, so to speak. For some, they don't mind to even to start out first year, maybe lump sum first, followed by monthly, quarterly. So in that sense, we can customize accordingly, based on what they are looking for, what's their financial goal and investment horizon. Okay. So yeah, I mean, for dollar cost averaging typically we have monthly and even quarterly as well. Hope that answer your question, Yok Ying. Right. Any other question, guys? Yeah. Uh, I can stay on for the next 2 to 3 minutes. If you have any other burning questions, yeah. Otherwise, I'll be my team or you can just drop me a note through the QR code or through the email. I'll be happy to share with you how to help you to do well. No obligation. End of the day, I can just like my other 100 clients, happy to see what's your blind spot to help you to retire happy and enjoy much more without any fear and concern and enjoy the fruits of your labors. Right. Okay. So we come out to the end of the sessions. Okay, as a courtesy, I just wait for you guys. You can leave the chat one by one. Take your time. Any questions? Yeah, you can just drop me in the chat box. I'll be around for the next 1-2 minutes. Yeah, and thanks again for attending the session. Hope you all have picked up something useful, and wishing you all every success. Stay safe and stay healthy, everybody. Thank you. Welcome, Anna. Welcome, Macy. Thanks, Samuel. Yeah, you're most welcome. Valerie, Lynn. Yeah, happy to share as always. My pleasure. You're most welcome, Doreen. Stay safe, stay healthy. Enjoy the remaining of your lunch session. Yeah. Hope you all have a blessed day ahead as well. Welcome, HC. Welcome. Yeah, you're most welcome, Samuel. Welcome, Sito. Most welcome. Okay, guys, if there's no other questions, yeah, once again, thank you. I shall end the session now. Thank you very much.